Anaconda, hunt for the Blood Orchid. Spoilers! So Mother Nature invents immortality flowers, and a greedy pharmaceutical company somehow knows this. So they send inexperienced, ill-prepared morons to go get it. Plus giant snakes. It's another guilty pleasure movie that I can enjoy almost as much as the first Anaconda. Even more so if I remember the two movies have nothing to do with each other, and 3 and 4 have nothing to do with the first or the second one. So why is this series called a series? Mini rant. I mean it. Why is this series called a series? I could take the word Anacondas off the title of this movie, call it Hunt for the Blood Orchid, and have it be a straight treasure hunt adventure romp just fine. Or if you absolutely must have a body count, make the tribe the antagonist. Or just the jungle. There are about 1 million ways to actually die in the jungle. Rename 3 and 4 as Mad Science Snake Movie, ooh, and leave the first one alone. So many questions, and I haven't even started the... We open with some kind of topography scan that doesn't mean a thing and never appears again, so why does it exist? What happened to the punctuation in the title? Are we supposed to think this is the plot tribe from the first movie? Because the movie itself establishes that they are nowhere near in the same place on the planet that the first movie was. Why this opening at all? I find it spoils what little tension is being built, and it gives away the first kill of the movie in a very lame and irrelevant way. Then smash cut to New York, destroying the intimate feel and setting of a lush jungle, and why do we need this scene either? Since the movie doesn't bother, I will. Here's the character rundown. About to get fired guy is Mitchell. His exploratory team found the flower, but he could be cut out of the movie without changing a damn thing very easily, so he really has no reason to exist. Then we have Jack, who wants the flower for money and is therefore going to be evil. He's a greedy, slightly psycho asshole, and that's it. Then we have corporate bitch Gail, who exists to be sassy and complain about things in a very non-funny way. More in just a minute. Did Poison Ivy design these flowers? Who found these flowers? How the fuck did they figure out it extends life? How little did they have if they ran out of it? Why not cultivate your own field? Why not go back for more before now? If the flower is only in bloom for 6 months, and they somehow know this, why did the exploratory team leave before that 6 months was up? Why not get as much of the flower as they could while it was still in bloom? The hay flick limit nonsense. A cell can only replicate 56 times, huh, movie? The hay flick limit is a real theory, and it does posit the number of times a cell can replicate before dying, but it's not 56. No one could Google this, and no, it's not 42 either. How is "It's the Fountain of Youth" guy the head of a drug company? That's not what he said at all. He didn't say it makes you young forever. He said it makes you live longer, capable of aging longer before dying. Those are not at all the same thing. Mitchell's job is on the line, and he still waited until they had only 2 weeks left to tell the drug company what he found? Really? Now more cast members. We have Dr. Ben, who's there to get laid. He's very handsome and he can cook. He's part Owen Wilson's character and part sexual predator. Don't get too attached to him. We have a very New York black guy stereotype named Cole, who's basically there to complain about everything and to say the line,
"I'm a bad man."
We then have Sam, the young hot blonde grad student following her mentor, not second banana Jack. And I must pause and point out that the southern accented lady here is Katie Strickland, who you may remember as Dr. Charlotte King from Private Practice. If you know that show at all, good luck not picturing this every time she's on screen. Why aren't they all arriving together? And what's with the boat not being there nonsense? Would a boat company really take on a big paying job one day, only to cancel it the next because of the rainy season? You already knew it was the rainy season yesterday. Also, you're a big drug company. Just buy a freaking boat. Why is the guy introduced as the second banana now suddenly in charge? And the last two potential snake snacks are River Han Solo and Asian Chewie. Solo is a badass like you'd expect. He's decently good looking. He's even smart about 50% of the time. Also, his name is Bill Johnson, pronounced Jin Soon, and he has a pet jump scare monkey named Kong. Asian sidekick Tran is actually awesome. No joke, I really like the character, and he has the only lines that I ever found funny in the movie. On with the movie. He's bringing mostly grad students to find $1 billion flower. Can you get any less likely to succeed? And the people paying for this are just so okay with the lack of experience going into this. I'm sure they are. And everyone's okay that they've got no reliable transportation, no one from the exploratory team with them, no one who knows the area with them, and no protection from just general jungle peril. And just what are they planning to put the flower in to take it back? I see no grow beds, no incubators, no stasis technology, no scientific equipment of any kind. It's almost like the movie knows things are not going to go according to plan. Movie, it's 2004 and you're in the middle of the Amazon. No way is Cole uplinked in real time to NASA and Asian SATCOM. And what's he using to plot their course? Weather reports. Because they're just so reliable. Also, I call bullshit on them getting any reception with those sat phones.
Sam. Come on, Sam. What do you say? We're young, we're single, we're in Borneo. What do you got to lose? I'm not satisfied, you walk away, no commitments.
Did we just time travel back to the 60s? Ben flat out asked Charlotte King for sex. Who would probably agree? Ben flat out asks Sam for sex, and she doesn't call him a perv. No one sitting around her is the least bit uncomfortable, and they all just laugh about it. He announces an intention to sexually harass her for the next 2 weeks, and it's funny. Die. Then the immediate next lines are Gail accusing Sam of sleeping her way to the top. Why is everyone picking on the hot blonde? What is with the...
You've had your dinner. Get out of here.
It's a monkey. Did you serve it dinner? Is it on a diet? Is it gonna get fat and die from one banana? What is this shit? Why do we need a scene of the monkey being chased by the snake? Why would a snake that size even bother to go after a tiny monkey? By what? Something's getting eaten by what? Did you really just ask that? It is a fucking jungle, you know. Did none of these people know what a jungle is before getting here? Has Kong never gone missing before? He never went for a swing or just to visit friends?
Can you hear me now?
I'll go.
Hey, Gail! Can you hear me now?
Oh, let me kill you!
Stroke, Gail, stroke. Come on.
No one, not even the captain or Tran, is the least bit concerned when Gail is in a murky, disease-filled, dangerous animal-filled river. Even the doctor isn't breaking out the antibiotics or telling her not to swallow the water. And why isn't Tran immediately grabbing the gun? Oh yeah, because this is funny and no one could foresee something trying to eat her. Why is anyone surprised Gail has doubts about getting through human trials? She expressed her doubts in the boardroom, making her a stupid choice for this mission. And also, there's about 1 million things that can go wrong with trying to get a new drug approved, and it takes forever. So getting through human trials is far from a guarantee. Why is Jin Sin telling Jack the problem if he thinks Gail's the one in charge? And who is in charge? How do they surface so far from the waterfall? Why is anyone whining about it being dangerous now? It was always dangerous. That's why you couldn't get a boat in the first place. I don't care how far away the nearest river patrol is. You call them, you tell them what's happened, tell them your plan, and that you'll check in every 6 hours by phone. If they don't hear from you, please send help. Or please start sending help now in case, the plan of hiring the drunk guy to help us doesn't work out so well. And if the police from Padrang would have to go over the waterfall to rescue you, call the police from somewhere on the Toka and tell them to come get you from the other side. This is not rocket science. How does Ben not see the snake before it eats him? He's looking right at it. Again, they're surprised there's something alive in a swamp in the jungle. What happened to the cases Ben was carrying? Why does the snake let him go twice? Why is he suddenly bloody and then he's not? How does only Cole have leeches on him? That's just not possible. Why does the anaconda climb on the boat? I'm sure there's plenty to eat in the river if it's that hungry. And why are the anacondas in this movie so thirsty for human flesh anyway? This is never, ever addressed in any way at all. Why does the boat explode? And as they search the wreckage, for anyone wondering why they want to find a phone when they already had a phone, Ben had the phone. The snake ate it. If Johnson knew anacondas were a risk on this river, and he clearly does since he's the only one not surprised by the fact that they exist, why is he so sure there won't be any more of them? Also, mating seasons do not occur at random. If he knows anacondas exist and knows they have a mating season, why doesn't he know when it is? If the tribe is no longer headhunters, what's with all the human skulls and bones? If the hunters managed to bring down the anaconda that ate opening kill guy, why didn't they pull his body all the way out? Why cut it open to get him halfway out and not bury him? Why not cut the snake up for food? The flowers are part of the food chain thing. I suppose it's possible some small animals might eat flowers, even though I can't think of any. So, small animal gets eaten by a bigger animal, gets eaten by the snake, and somehow the chain carries the active components of the blood orchid from body to body, but it only has miracle powers when it gets to snakes. I could spend several hours explaining just how stupid this is and why it would never work, but I'll just settle for... If Jack is so worried about not being able to come back in 7 years, why don't they just buy the land this flower grows on? Why haven't they done that already? Why didn't the pharmaceutical company do that? Who even owns this land anyway? Are they trespassing? The whole everyone turns on Jack thing. For one, Jack is right. They are so close to the flower, and if they leave without it, then people have died for nothing. I get that they're scared, but Jack is still right. And two, him making the decision to stay on the river. It wasn't only Jack's decision. The captain made that decision too, and he would have a much better understanding of the level of danger than some corporate idiot. And would they have all really turned back after only 2 days because the already dangerous mission got just a little bit more dangerous than they already thought that it was? And again, isn't Mitchell Jack's boss? How is Jack the one with the authority here? And isn't Gail in charge overall since she represents the people paying the bills?
What are you doing?
Never seen a man shave before.
Jin soon picks now to shave. And of course Sam is suddenly attracted to him because he's shaving with a knife like a badass while being shirtless and shiny. Also, he gets a wounded puppy backstory, so you just know he's gonna get the girl in the end. If the raft is ready to go, why are they all just hanging around? If they don't want to set out in the dark, fine, but why is no one trying to get any sleep then? When Mitchell finds the phone, why doesn't he immediately call for help? And I must ask, why not consider staying at the village and waiting for rescue? You have shelter, water, food, and some level of protection. Why throw the spider on him? Why not just knock him out? Why not take the phone or break the phone? And how is the spider still alive? I don't see any air holes in that container, and I don't think anyone's fed or watered it. It should be dead is what I'm saying. Also that they're really, really bad scientists. What is Jack's plan here? Does he think no one will notice Mitchell is paralyzed? Does he think they won't care? That they won't accuse him? What is the plan? And when Sam comes in, how does she not see or hear the giant growling snake that's literally right behind her? What's with the snake dropping down and looking its food in the eye? Pretty sure real snakes don't do that. And the protection I mentioned. There's a dead anaconda right outside. The smell of that should keep all snakes away because they don't want to meet the thing that could kill one of their own. What good is burning down the house gonna do? Does he think the snake is just gonna sit there and let itself get roasted alive? That thing is long gone and all you've done is set fire to an entire jungle. Only the one house is on fire. There's still plenty of things for them to make another raft out of. If they can cut through the jungle to get to the flower, why not just do that? Cut through the jungle, go get the flower, then come back to the village where you're safe and take the short route home. Again, not rocket science. The snakes are playing games, making noises to try and separate them. Really, movie? Really? Nobody thought this was, like, incredibly stupid? Cole thinks there's a snake behind him, so he stops and splashes around in the water. And why the fuck are there skeletons here? They make less sense than in the village. What is Tran supposed to be trapped by when under the water, and where the hell did it come from? Why is there blood when Jinsoon finds his flashlight? How does anybody find his flashlight when it has a wrist strap that he was wearing?
Ass. How you like her now, bitch? Huh? She sliced you, she diced you, she cut you up. That was like Sam with the samurai action.
Hell no.
Why, this one time, do they run after someone that's been taken? And why does the snake take him and not just kill him? And why does it stop so close by? And does it really need to crush him up against a tree? How is he not breathing? He's clearly breathing when the snake's about to eat him. Also, 3 seconds of mouth-to-mouth are not going to fix crushed ribs and chest that he would have. But, no, he's just fine after a couple of seconds. So they're right at the flower, and nobody wants to take it eat. No, they just want the raft. 'Cause that's reality. Why is Sam so surprised to find the spider? She already knew about it. She saw the bite mark on Mitchell's arm, and she knows the spider causes paralysis. So why is she just realizing this now?
You guys look like hell.
You don't know what hell is.
Bitch, he's been in the same movie as you. You've only been apart for like 2 hours. He's been through the same hell that you have. He knows what it is. Stupid line is just stupid. Mini rant on Jack turning full evil and everyone is stupid. Jack didn't kill anyone. So other than being a douchey asshole, he hasn't done anything worthy of being arrested for. You could argue about him throwing the spider on Mitchell, but fact is no one saw him do it, and with Mitchell being dead, Jack is scot-free and very rich if he isn't stupid and full-blown mustache-twirling evil for really no other reason than movie said so. When the group find him, they should all just play nice. Tell him, oh, we understand. You were scared. We were all scared. But it's okay now. We're all going to get home together. Wait for him to lower his guard, take the gun, tie him up, get the flower, and go home. Jack turns his back to Gale and Cole when he's ordering Sam across the log. How well tied up could Cole possibly be? Why can't one of them pick up a rock, hit Jack, and that's the end of it? Or just tackle him? Why do they just sit there? Collecting the flowers. So the plan is to literally just rip them off the rock face and stuff them in a bag. These flowers will be scientifically useless and a pile of rotting mush before they get back to civilization. So going to get the flowers has been completely pointless since they lost everything on the boat. Assuming they had a way to cut and maintain the flowers until getting back to the company lab, which they did not. None of the snakes are interested in the group of people watching them do it. With how predatory these snakes have been and the fact that there's a screaming woman dangling above them, yeah, they're all snake food. How did the spider get out of the jar? And didn't Jack dump everything out of the bag before he handed it to Sam? How is the guy who's been both shot and hit in the head still able to tackle Jack, but Gale and Cole still do nothing? Even after Jack drops the gun, they don't jump in and try to help. When Jack is paralyzed and falls in the pit, how does he not drown instantly? And why did the snakes go for him and not the screaming, thrashing piece of meat over there? Why does Gale bother to scream and get the snake's attention? It's clearly turning away from her and going back to the pit. Would a mudslide really kill all the snakes? The one that ate the gas canister, yes, and the one that gets crushed, yes. But what about the rest of them? And none of them take the flower, because who wants to be rich and contribute to the betterment of all mankind? And they have a phone now. Why not call for help if it's just a straight shot down the river to a city? And didn't Jack already call for help? Shouldn't someone with a much faster boat than their raft already be on the way to get them? There's some really out-of-place rock music over the end credits, and that's the end of the movie. But not the end of this review. It's time for... We start off with... Scientific facepalm. For getting the real Hayflick limit theory to provide the plot, but then getting the details of that theory completely wrong. This movie gets multiple sexism first awards for Gail being scared by a tiny monkey having to run into the arms of a big strong man to save her, and for literally every line said to Sam in the first third of this movie. We also have a no safety allowed for Gail falling off the boat through a door that should have been locked. Camera vision only. No one, especially Ben, seeing the snake in the swamp. Also, for Sam not noticing the giant snake when it's right behind her about to eat Mitchell. We get boom because movie, both for Livingston and for a tiny gas canister turning into one big-ass bomb. And Sam gets a sudden badass for beheading an anaconda with such ferocity that the actual badass of the group makes this face. I am Insane Lane, and that was Anacondas, Hunt for the Blood Orchid. Bye-bye.